how's it going? It's your boy Pablo one time. We are back live and involved with another episode. I got another special guest in the building. This guy has been burning up the streets, giving back to the community. And I mean, he is the definition of what community activist is. I got TJ Beattie in the building right now with me. Sir, how you doing, man?
I'm blessed, man. I'm excited to be here with you on today, man. Been looking forward for this opportunity for a while now, so we here. Let's do it.
Oh, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. Mr. Beattie, at any point during the interview, if you see my screen go green, man, please let me know so I can readjust my camera screen for me, man. But
Okay.
without further ado, man, let the people know about you a little bit, where you come from and who you are.
Man, I'm TJ Beattie. Grew up in Hyde Park. Man, grew up. My grandmother raised me. Man, at the time, my dad was in the feds. He did about 8 years. When he got out, I was actually 18 years old. He went when I was 9. So I grew up without that father figure. But I did have men in my life, role models like my uncle. Sam Beattie, my football coach, Coach Peoples, rest in peace. He was Evergreen Chiefs, Coach John Lucky, man, those guys stepped up in my life, man, introduced me to football because, growing up at 9 years old in Hyde Park, only thing to do over there is sell dope, run the streets or gang bang, So, that's where, I could have easily, chose that path because, to be honest, at 9, I was on that way. Fourth grade, I got kicked out of school, carrying a knife to school, a machete, I'm trying to be tough, running the street with my partners, we doing everything you can think of, taking people bicycles. We got our own gang within Hyde Park, And so even some of those guys that I grew up with, I'm not gonna share their names, but they went ended up, being in gangs, running the streets, But I chose a path to play football, and that's what kind of steered me, helped me get my focus, and put me on the right path, to being successful.
Man, a big shout out to all the men out there that step up when they don't have to play those father figure roles, to be those father figures, man. And know what? Just like you, man, I had a big group. I had a whole community inside my church home, man, that stepped up and helped me become the man I am today, man. So, Mr. Beattie, I mean, what all do you do, man? I know you host events. I know you got some photography stuff going on. Man, you the man, dog. So
Yeah.
tell the people what all do you do, man, and what can we expect from Mr. Beattie, man, if you want to work with him.
Man, man, I wouldn't say I'm the man, man. I just been blessed to have gifts that I wasn't even aware of. First, I think it started with football and that, having those mentors when I got to, out of college and I didn't really know how exactly what I wanted to do, if I wanted to coach football, if I wanted to train. But I had a coach said, man, listen, you'll be good, for this. And so that's how I first got into mentoring, just being in young men's lives, trying to help them on their path, talking about, the things that I had experienced as a man, as a father, as a husband, to help them. That's the first thing I started doing was mentoring. And then those guys will tell you now they're grown men, but hey, I'm still mentoring. I'm still teaching them life as I learn and go through life. I'm still giving it to them. Um, I have a ministry called Beyond the Walls Ministry. It's not within the church, nothing against being in the church, but God has given me my ministry outside of the church, in the streets, in the community, wherever it's needed, just not within the church. And so I have that Beyond the Walls Ministry every day. I do motivation that I send out to maybe 200 people personally that I send this out to, every day and then post it on YouTube, there as well. Um, I do have my own photography business. I didn't never never knew I could do photography. My son was playing baseball, and I got my hands on actually an iPhone. Started with an iPhone and started taking pictures of him and editing those pictures. And then I had a cousin who moved from Michigan to Mississippi. Said, "Man, listen, hey, what are you doing those pictures on?" I said, "My phone." He said, "Nah, man, come see me." Went to go see him. He gifted me with two cameras, lenses, everything that you could would need to become a professional photographer. And from there, I started learning and studying. And man, the gift, it's doing what it do now. It's becoming income to help provide for my family. Even my oldest son, he's now taking on the gift of photography and now making money in college and having pictures go viral. So those are just things that I've been able to do. Man, what else I do? I've this is last year was my 10th year hosting the backpack drive, in Hyde Park. And I actually started that, man. One day I was, looking on social media and I was like, it's nothing happening in Hyde Park. There's a backpack drive in Hollywood. There's a backpack drive in Fraser. There's a backpack drive in Raleigh. But what about the neighborhood that I grew up in? And so at that moment, I said, you know what, I've got to do something, to start giving back to my community. And I started the backpack drives, and it's always a free event. I know a lot of times people say, man, listen, I can't come out and do anything free, but God gave me this vision where everybody's going to be able to give back.
Right,
It's
right,
all about giving. It's not about anybody making any money. So we don't have a concession stand where we're selling hot dogs and
right.
we got hot dogs and burgers free every year. We got chips, we got
Yeah,
cookies,
I
we
can't lie.
got backpacks.
I can't
Yeah.
even got me a few of them. I got
Yeah.
three of them hot dogs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so every year we're trying to do more with it. We got, haircuts, we do free. We one year we had snow cones and popcorn, So we just trying to make it give more and more and more, to the community. We want to get to a point where we can start doing something around Christmas and giving out something or Thanksgiving, back in Hyde Park, not
Right,
we could do this anywhere in Memphis, but I grew up in Hyde Park, so
right,
it's I have to give back where I grew up at because they've even closed down the school, which was Shannon School in Hyde Park, and then it went to Kip, and they closed it down, and now it's just a building that's there, boarded up. So they've even taken the necessity of having kids being able to walk to school in their own neighborhood. Now they've got to find another means. So that puts a strain on parents now because now they've got to find out, hey, I used to walk my kid to school. If I don't have transportation, it's right here. But now I've got to figure out how do I get my kid across this busy traffic at the schools in Hollywood, at Kip up there, or over at the Kip and that's over in Hyde Park, it's a little bit farther off Springdale, or even down Douglas. All those things have changed. And so even with that, man, I've heard the mayor. I know we kind of getting a little scared, but the mayor said he's going to do all these things for all these different neighborhoods. And if we go back and if you pull that presentation up when he won that award that night, he never announced Hyde Park. He said every neighborhood, and it's been like that every year. Hyde Park is that community that's full of crack cocaine,
And you know
full
what?
of drugs.
You know what, Mr. Beattie, it's so important for us to get out to those town hall meetings and those city council meetings, man, because if we ain't highlighting these things, they just don't. They're in their minds. They ain't even. I don't even think they're tuned in to do the research on what community needs what. That's where we come in at those city town hall meetings when it's
And-
at those open meetings where the mayor's asking what schools needs this and how we can split the money up and stuff like that. So in your district, come out, people. Hyde Park need love too, Mr. Mayor. And
yeah,
big shout out to Paul Young. You're doing your thing, man. But we need help over here in Hyde Park. Obviously, I got my boy TJ Beattie. We screaming for help for Hyde Park. How about that?
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, and they do have these meetings. I've been to them, and
Mm-hmm.
I've sat in them. Some of them, they're strategic on how they do them. As if they want to talk about or give back to the community, but it's a
Right.
whole new different agenda.
That's why we don't know
So
about them. That's why we barely know
yeah,
about them. Right.
right,
If you really want to know what's going on in the hood, it'd be out on the news, right?
yeah,
And
right,
you never see it. You never hear the town hall meetings on the news. You got to cut on
yeah,
Channel 10 news, which you never watch. You don't watch no Channel 10,
yeah,
no PBS.
right,
Right.
right,
So they hide these meetings, and so all the white folks come out from Collierville and Germantown representing they districts, and
exactly.
out towards Whitehaven, they'll pull up, but then Little Hyde Park, we ain't get the memo.
Yeah.
I
So
get you. I get you.
yeah, it's important that people like myself who do have means have an opportunity to pull on people that that can come out and do things. It's important that people like myself connect with other people that's in the neighborhood or that's outside the neighborhood that wants to come in and help out. So,
Yep, yep.
you know,
And now that
yeah.
we know that you're doing that, Mr. Beattie, it's a good idea to hit up the local fire department, hit up the local police
Yes,
station
sir.
that's in the
Yes,
area, and
yes,
now you can
sir.
make it bigger and get the city involved because now
Yes,
we get some
sir.
community involvement with the police department because it's been a real big disconnect there.
Yes,
And
definitely,
but that's
definitely,
how we grow that, and now
definitely.
because every community got a community center,
Yes,
and Mr. Beattie, with the way you doing it, man, you about ready to go to that get that community center under your belt.
man.
I don't see them charging me for it.
I want the building in Hyde
Right,
Park. I want the
right,
school. You know,
right.
that's what I want. I want the school to turn into a resource center, a
Come
life
on,
center.
man.
You know, that way we have a gym there, we have a library there, we have GED classes there. You know, we have counseling there for parents. All of that right there. What you saying is like you know my vision.
Hey, so if you got a similar vision and you in the Memphis area, you would love to collaborate with somebody like Mr. TJ Beattie, and you may know some things that we don't know or he don't know. Come on over here and collab with him and get to know him. Mr. TJ, where can we find you at on social media, man? How we find you, brother?
Man, I'm on everything all the way the same from Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all TJ Beattie. So you just type in TJ Beattie, you're gonna find me all the same on every platform.
All right, with that being said, he's looking and we're needing like-minded partners and like-minded doers in the city. I ain't say lookers.
Yeah.
I didn't say leeches. All right, I said
Yeah.
doers. Okay,
Yeah.
that means as we build bricks on top of brick, we can actually get
Yeah.
a foundation built with a
Yes.
team. You understand what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Teamwork make the dream work. So,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Beattie, you mentioned football for you, and you mentioned even going to college, man. So you played football in college as well.
Yes, sir. I played at UT Martin. Played there from '97 to 2000. During that time, man, I ended up fourth in the conference in scoring while I was there. Set a team high for scoring as a freshman. I played running back. Then I end up, being a young man. You know, I had my miscues in school. And you said, man, how do a kid, man, got NFL scouts coming to see him, get in trouble and get kicked out of school? Well, I wasn't humble. I was around campus. I pretty much called myself Touchdown TJ. If you didn't call me Touchdown TJ, I ain't really want to talk to you. That's how how I had got, to the point where I wasn't respecting people. I wasn't, I just felt like I was above people. But, I was humbled by being kicked out of school and happened to go to Lane College. Ended up going to Lane College and man, had a great time there. Wasn't the same as far as the dorms or anything. The living arrangements, the financial aspect of it, the money. But man, I ended up connecting with a lot of great people at Lane College. The football experience was amazing. I thought it was going to be different as far as football. Man, the NFL scouts were even it was more there, at Lane College. Every day it seemed like scouts were there. At UT Martin, we have them here and there, but it was like, scouts were there. My first day there, I wasn't even on the team. I was just the view, and the Dallas Cowboy scouts was there. So, I was super excited. I had a great time. Ended up working out for Dan Rooney Jr., who is the owner's son for the Pittsburgh Steelers my senior year. Had a great workout for him and ended up going on their draft board. Um, got graduated and went home probably a month just working out, man. I remember like it was yesterday. I get a call on my phone. I'm looking at the phone, 15 numbers come across your phone. You're like, man, you think not to answer the phone, but some reason I answered it. It was the scout for the Canadian Football League, the Calgary Stampeders. Man, I get a private workout at Memphis Job Corps. Run a 4-4 over there. They end up inviting me to a camp in Irving, Texas. Go down there, do amazing. End up getting an invite to their mini camp in Canada. Uh, Ended up, getting cut. Didn't get a chance to make it, but man, played semi-pro football. I had ended up getting inducted to the Memphis Semi-Pro Football Hall of Fame. So I had a great run and started coaching high school from there. Coached a little arena football as well. So I've had my opportunities. Now it's just about giving back to the youth.
Man, what an amazing story, man. I'm over here. I could have been ate some popcorn. I said, oh Lord, man, this is amazing testimony, man. This is right
Yeah.
here in the heart of Memphis, and there's so much love and so much here to give. And I'm watching the news, and oh my God, my heart screams out because I say, you know what? Why do y'all highlight all this bad? Because it ain't that much bad going on compared to all the good I know that's going on in the city.
Right.
You know, right
Right.
now we got the
Right.
podcast convention going on right now. No
Yeah.
one's talking about that. No one's
Yeah.
talking about BB King's birthday. How he brought
Mhm.
all these tourists to the city. Not one
Yeah.
shot ringed out.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't talk about that. It was the Southern Heritage Class that just passed by, and not one gunshot on Bill Street ringed out because I live here on Bill Street, and I'm praying
Yeah.
for Bill Street every day. And I've seen a big change in the community just since I've been here. And I said, you know what? We ain't highlighting those things, but we
Yeah.
want to talk about little John over here. Got him going viral on the news.
Exactly.
He in jail like the man right now.
Yeah, it seems like negativity is one thing that people draw to. People are always looking who got the fighting and who was shooting but if
Right.
you, like I said, you talk about, man, if Pablo got this podcast show that's hosting that's going viral, that's talking positive, bringing the light to people that's doing good. People don't want to hear that. They don't want to. They want to wait till you already on BET and MTV
Right,
and
right,
all
right.
that. And he's like, man, he been shooting this in his house, man, for the past I don't know how long. So,
Right.
we gotta support each other in that aspect as well. So like when I seen it and you said like, man, listen, let me jump on here. I even wanted to come, when you invited me, a while back when you was doing the show. I was like, but I just got busy and then but I gotta make sure that I do something to show him, hey, look, I'm supporting you. I'm here for you. I want to be there, when you're doing these things, and a lot of it, man, a lot of people don't know, with my stroke, and coming back from the stroke, man, I became isolated for so long, just recovering. So when I started trying to get back into normal living, isolation was just a norm for me. Going home, being at home. Hey, I may say, man, I'm gonna get out and hang out with the guys and watch the game at Buffalo Wild Wings,
Right.
but I don't go because it was just a journey, just trying to get back to myself. And so, now getting back to myself, I need guys like you to say, man, come on out with me, man. Come hang out with me. Hey, I'm doing this, such, such, such. Come get with me because I want to be in those environments. I want to get back out but like I said, things have become such a
Mr.
norm just
Mr.
being at home.
I got another quick question for you, and I mean I hope you're okay with me asking you this because
Yeah.
I'm an Army veteran, man. I'm an Army veteran, and when I got out the military, I felt a sense of isolation. I feel like, man, I don't belong. Like this is like something's off. And
Yeah.
then I went through a traumatizing accident. I mean, I had to get my arm put back on, right? I mean, literally was holding this arm in this hand, like,
Wow.
and when I met the doctor, he was like, Mr. Trotter, I can't promise you nothing, but if there's one thing you want, what is it? I said, man, I said, I ain't got one thing, sir, but I'm an entertainer, man. I gotta be on stage. I gotta be able to play my instruments.
Yeah.
I can't do this with my fingers, man.
Look at
I said,
God. Look at God.
can you please just get my fingers back working? And I said,
Mm,
man, I never thought I was gonna do this again.
man,
And now
that's amazing.
my arm don't go all the way straight, as you can see.
Yeah.
It's got plates and stuff and bolts and plates, but I'm able to. I can't throw a football like I
Yeah.
used to do it, but
Yeah.
man, I'm able to still play my instruments. I'm able to,
Yeah.
but mentally, it did something to me, man. Mentally, I just, I just can't grip the same. I mean,
Yeah.
ain't nothing the same, man. And mentally, I still
Exactly.
deal with those thoughts. Now you can't tell because I wear a white shirt with long sleeve shirt when I'm on stage, so you can't see. But in my mind, I'm still trying to. I'm changing the microphone hands a lot because I don't want to
Yeah.
drop the microphone. You don't even know it. You don't even know that. But
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm pointing, and it looks good to you. I'm
Yeah.
pointing because I can't feel my damn arm.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like, man, how have you processed even the emotional? Because we don't have an outlet, man. We don't
Yeah.
want to go home and tell our wives, hey, babe, like, hey, I'm mentally, and it's like now her day's bad, and she's all worried and trying to encourage us all day. It's like, man, some battles as a man, we kind of got to take the guide and just fight it all getting our in here, man. It's all in
Yeah,
here. It's all in
yeah.
here. But man, how was that journey for you, brother?
Man, to be honest with you, if I've always been that tough guy that can handle everything and do everything,
All right,
So even in the recovery phase, I heard people say when the doctor initially said, "Hey, well, he's gonna be okay. He just got to recover." And I heard people say, "Oh, he's straight. He's gonna start working out. He's gonna get strong." I'm like, well, they're not really realizing that. Guess what? Like you just said, I can't feel the fingers in his hand. I can touch something, but I don't. I may drop it. You
right,
know.
right,
So I just, a lot of times I still just continue to, hey, be this guy, hey, because I know everybody needs me.
right,
Everybody
right,
needs everybody depends on my strength.
right,
So if I'm weak, then how can others be strong?
right.
So I have to show my strength. The strength that God has given me, I just allow that to flow through me. Keep pushing, keep going,
Oh man,
handle things mentally, like I need to, but now I think the difference is now, I have my wife that I can talk to,
right.
and communicate with her and just have conversation about, hey, because she asks all the time, hey, how you doing? You on the go all the time, you busy, you move like you ain't never had a stroke, you know what I'm saying? And I just,
Hey,
I
hey,
don't know.
hey, the guy moves fast. That's all I can say,
Yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah. I don't know any other way to do things, other than the way I was already doing them. I don't think God gave me a second chance for me to fall back. He
Right.
wanted me to push harder and keep going to show people, hey, listen, if you can recover from this, you know what I'm saying, you can recover from anything. Like your testimony, man, I had no idea, and I'm looking at you, man. I'm just saying, man, look at God. Like that's motivation for me to even just hear you talk about some of the same things that I deal with, and you're handling them, you're doing them. So why would I complain? Why should I complain? I'm
Man,
looking at another brother that God is using
man,
right
hearing
in
your
front of me. Guess
testimony,
what? So
I feel the
so why
same way.
not? That's
I
what
feel the same.
God is saying. Hey, listen, that's more motivation. God is saying, listen, keep going, keep
Keep going.
pushing.
Keep going.
Somebody else is doing it just like you doing it. You just said, hey, listen, you couldn't do the motor skills. Guess what? I'm still working on getting those motor skills. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
man, man.
So guess what? But that means, guess what? Keep pushing.
Keep
You know
pushing.
what I'm saying? You showing your testimony right now. Hey, I know that I can keep going.
Let's go, man. You know what?
Yeah.
I was just talking yesterday on my podcast, and I was saying, you know what? Don't live this life not showing your gifts. Man, I refuse to live this life
Man.
in the world not knew what God gave me and I know I'm capable of doing.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about no money, man. At this point in my life, I'm chasing assignments.
Hmm.
And I know that God is gonna take care of the rest. When you are in alignment and on assignment, God
Yeah.
take care of the rest, man.
Yeah. I
I
like
ain't,
that.
I ain't worried about no food, man. I ain't
You in
worried about no
alignment
money,
and
man.
on
I ain't worried about no
assignment.
clothes. I ain't worried about nothing, man. I'm telling you, bro, when you are in
Yeah.
alignment and on assignment, see,
Assignment. Hmm.
you've been chasing money for too long. And that's why you so
Yeah.
mad. You so upset. Because soon as you
Yeah.
get it, it be gone. But when you
Exactly.
chasing, when you in alignment and on assignment, it ain't even
Yeah.
about the money no more, man. You like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I don't even know how the rent got paid, but
Mm.
oh,
Well,
it feel good because you know you doing something you supposed to be doing.
exactly.
And it don't
Mm.
even when you on assignment, bro, it don't even feel like work, man.
Yeah.
It's
No
something you
doubt.
just love to do, man. And
Yeah.
God is opening doors for me by just doing what I love to do, man. Using my voice to help motivate and inspire the people, man. If
Yeah.
I can be an inspiration and continue to, because this right here is going to help me continue to build my platform.
Yes,
And
sir.
so it will be on. What's crazy is, well, I ain't been popping my stuff like that, but we just got the radio. We just got the radio placements, and we just got Apple TV. We got Roku TV now. We headed to Tubi, and we're
Yeah.
trying to get Amazon. We're
Yeah.
growing to where
Yeah.
our platform now, we're doing these interviews will be on a bigger spectrum. Now you're gonna be able to
Yes,
see some of
sir.
this stuff on cable TV coming up.
Yes,
But
sir.
God is moving, and it's not my job to go out here and throw everything God is doing for me out in the forefront like I'm the one doing it. I ain't doing
Yeah.
nothing, man. I don't
Yeah.
know nothing.
Yeah.
I done lost control, man. God is in full control, and
No
I'm letting
doubt.
Him lead me. And I'm just being guided for real.
Yeah. No doubt.
That's it. I don't know
Mm.
nothing. I know what I know for right now. I'm gonna forget
Yeah.
some, but I remember it later on when He want me to know it.
No doubt. No
Crazy,
doubt, man. No
crazy.
doubt.
Yep. So what's new? I mean, what's next for you, Mr. TJ? What's next on your agenda, man? What's the next thing you got popping, man?
Man, when is this releasing?
This probably gonna be releasing. If we don't do it next Monday, because we don't go through and hype it up a little bit, get all the people kind of tapped into it. I'm gonna do a flyer, put a flyer out for a week. Then we'll probably drop it on Monday. Yeah.
Well, they say when you do shows like this when you let something go that's exclusive.
Yeah. I can't just release it like that. We gonna go through and edit it. It's exclusive
Yeah.
right here, man. This is
All
crazy.
right. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop it with you, man. So I can't wait when this post and I reshare. Everybody's gonna be like,
Yeah,
"What?"
it's crazy, crazy.
Man, man, me and my team, man, we're actually putting together our youth organization. We're gonna
Okay.
start our own organization. I ain't gonna drop the name or anything yet, but we're gonna have football, basketball, baseball, track, soccer. So we're putting together an organization. We've been working on it, and so we're putting it together, man. So I know it's a lot of organizations out here, and I'm doing it a little different. A lot of people say, man, uh why am I doing it the way I'm doing it? Because I wanted to be in order. I wanted everything to flow the right way, man. We want to try to create diversity, even if we do it in the hood. Not saying it's going to be in the hood, but we want to be creative where we can have not just black kids on the team, but white kids. We can have Hispanic kids, we can have Asian kids. We want to
Right,
create that
right,
diversity.
right,
A lot of times our kids, all they know is being around their own kids, and so when
right.
they even go into to new environments, they don't know how to even operate or deal with kids, that are a different color. And so I think if we can start that younger, have kids, 5 and 6 playing football, they're playing with kids of different races and parents of in different races,
Right,
it
right.
changes our culture, it changes our mindset, and it exposes our kids early to being in those different environments. So they know how to even react. They won't have that mindset that every person that's outside of my race is against me.
Right.
They'll know, hey, listen, I can, get along with kids or be friends, or even if they want to date, outside their race. Those things we'll be able to teach and provide that, in our areas. And
How beautiful, man. How beautiful.
yeah,
How beautiful. I was raised in Milwaukee, so I know all about diversity. When I came to
yeah,
Memphis, man, my heart broke. I said, man, what in the world is this?
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
um, but another thing, man, it really, really got me, man. And I wish I had some sound effects. I ain't inside my stream yard right now, but I'll be bopping the church on top of the head right now
yeah.
of the stuff I'm saying because I need more outreach from the church.
No
I'm
doubt.
talking about the church. I'm seeing more Masons outside than the church, man. I'm seeing more fraternities outside. I'm seeing more boys and girls clubs outside. I'm seeing football coaches outside. I need to see more of these ministries actually breaking in these chains and opening these doors up. We need help. We are hurting out here, people. And I'm sorry, I don't want. This is just me, man. Your church should be open more than on Sunday, brother.
No
I,
doubt.
I am putting. I don't care about who don't like what I'm saying. I wish I had some sound effects right now. I'm gonna go through and add them in here. But right now, if your church is only open on Sunday, you are part of my donkey of my day. How about that?
Mhm.
Open that church up, at least have it to where people can call that open number, man. Have an open line of communication. We need help out here.
Yeah, no doubt, man. We do
I
gotta
love your outreach, man. I love what you're
do
doing with your
better.
outreach. I
Yeah,
love it.
the church is definitely, I don't know. There are churches that need to do better as
Yeah,
far as with outreach and being in their communities and have being accessible. But I
yeah.
think if it's sometimes you have these old pastors that have been there for so long and they have traditions,
Right.
versus, hey, what can we do collectively as a
Traditions,
team, as a church?
traditions, and I
Yeah,
love you said that traditions has ran us, our young generation, from the church. So right now,
exactly.
it's time for us to get really, really creative, really,
Definitely,
really
definitely.
creative, because we don't serve a traditional God. You understand
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's why
yeah,
you seeing us black men and women, we becoming more spiritually involved now to where we'll go to a park, man.
yeah,
We'll go have church at a park and say, you know what,
yeah.
that's what we're gonna do over here. I'm gonna take my family over here and have Bible study with God in the park over here. And
Mhm.
it's like we need more. I'm just wanting to see a little more. I want to see more,
Yeah,
more
yeah,
collaborations, more revivals. Just make them bigger. They can get bigger, man.
yeah,
Make them
definitely.
big. We got to
Yeah,
collaborate. And let's not forget about the church, man. The church is where I come from. That's my background. When I'm on stage, If you ain't hearing God come through me and not seeing God on stage, I ain't doing my job. That's just what I'm gonna say on that one.
You
But
know,
yeah, man, I love
it
what you're doing.
just add on to that. Anytime you find when the government has to bring in the National Guard to make a change, there's a problem. When we should churches should been able to have, if we're doing a great job at teaching our kids and raising our kids in the word, understanding the word, being what Ephesians 5:1 saying, being imitators of Christ, then guess what? We wouldn't have all these issues. We wouldn't have all these
Yeah,
problems. But people only run to the church for a few things: for money when their rent, is due, when it's a funeral and they need to have a funeral, or if they want to have these, cookouts and car washes, that's the only time you see them running to the
yeah,
church. But me or you, I can make 1,000 posts this week on things that we can do on how to, equip young men and women in high school and middle school today to share the gospel with their friends, and nobody won't bring their kids to that event. They
right.
won't even probably share my post, but I can post, 50 photos or 50 things about football, and they're gonna share that. But if every time I post, about, hey, this Friday or this Saturday night, we're having a free event, and then we're gonna be teaching your sons and daughters how to share the gospel with their friends at school, so the word can go and spread out throughout the school. Or we're gonna teach them how to make prayer circles early in the morning before the bell rings, or after school when school gets out. They're not gonna share that. They're not gonna share that. But we can post it. I'm having a block party next week. Your screen just went out. It went green. There we back. But yeah, we supposed to be having a block party. Everybody's gonna be there. So I don't understand that if we want change, we gotta start within our home, within our families, and teaching them about the word of God. Bro,
Yeah, man, and it's just I love what you're doing with your outreach ministry, man. And I say we need that. We need that, and I'm willing to support any way I can,
yes, sir.
any way I possibly can. But yeah, Mr. Beattie, we almost out of time here. We got 10 minutes left on this Zoom. I really, really, really appreciate you for tapping in with me. Hey, I am El Pablo one time, the owner of Black Sheep Kid Music, the owner of this whole Black Sheep Kid movement. If you suffer from depression, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to get some help. If you suffer from thoughts of suicide, I'm here to pray for you. I'm here to pray with you. I stand with you. Okay. If you're an Army veteran out there, I'm an Army veteran myself. Do not be afraid to reach out to me. I am your advocate. Okay, I can help you find your resources. I'm not paying rent. I don't pay for nothing. I don't pay for none of this stuff around me. Okay, the military will take care of you. You've already served. You already did your due diligence. Okay, we owe you. I love you. Okay, tap in with me. I got TJ Beattie with me once again, man. Let me know where to find you at, brother.
Again, it's just TJ Beattie on all platforms. That's TJBeattie.
Yes, sir. You heard it for yourself. Uh, I love y'all. Okay, the motto was love, peace, and unity. Y'all be great. Peace.
Love you, bro.